The biggest challenge was maintaining the ability to stay alive in business. I didn't take starting a new business as seriously as I should have. It's something I went to my wife with. My son was an infant at the time and said, hey, I think this might be fun. I'll start my own business. And kind of went from there. I was fortunate to have had a long-time bank relationship and find a bank that would lend me a little bit of money. We were able to work with our vendors to give us credit on some orders. And boy, I thought we'd have the rest of this figured out and that it would come pretty quickly and just arrive. We'd have these great products and great service and the customers would come. But I vastly underestimated the amount of money it would cost to and resources needed to start a company. I remember being in business for about 12 months at the time, and the company was just spewing out cash, and there was no way out. You know, there was no light at the end of that tunnel to figure out, like, oh, if we keep doing this, if we keep doing that, we'll be able to pull out of this and stay in business. It just looked like it was going to stay the same or even get worse. And it's a big deal when you go to your spouse and say, okay, I'm going to take everything that we own and put it in this little idea that I have. When you borrow money from a bank and you sign a form saying that they get everything if you fail, including your house, everything that's in your bank account. I think that if things went south, they would even take my son. But and then the people that trust you, the people that had jobs that believe in you that much that they decide to leave that and work in your company, and the people that give you credit and the customers that trust you. And it's a huge, huge responsibility. So I remember being in a bad hotel in South China there on business and just having a lousy trip, and things weren't going quite the way that I had planned. And I remember Skyping my wife on the phone and telling her that I had worked up some numbers on a piece of scrapbook paper and figured, okay, if we shut down the company now, we probably could sell off our inventory, get about 50 cents on the dollar for it. We had very little amounts in accounts receivable. We can collect that and work out a payment plan with the bank, work out a payment plan with the vendors, try and do our best to do something for the employees who trusted us, and I could go out and find a real job and get things back on track. There was a little bit of pause on the phone, and my wife, in a way that only she could do, said, you know what, I never want to have this conversation with you again. You're not going to fail. You need to turn this thing around. You got us into this. Now you get us out of this and you fix this. And that kind of put me back on track. And from that point on, I didn't have a safety net. I didn't have plan B. It was just make this successful and do whatever you need to do in order to make that happen.